Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to unpack a really powerful way to find deeper meaning in pretty much everything, especially in a world that is just so full of noise. All right, let's dive in.
Do you ever feel like you're just drowning in information, but at the same time you're starving for actual wisdom? Yeah, you're definitely not alone. But what if there was a specific skill you could learn that helps turn all that data into genuine insight?
Okay, Section 1, Searching for Meaning. So, where do we even begin this journey?
Look, we get bombarded with facts, headlines, and posts every single day. But just scrolling through it all, just consuming it, that's not the same as really understanding it. The real trick is learning to hit pause and ask, what's the story here? What's the real message that connects all these different pieces?
That brings us to Section 2, the synthesis skill set. The source material we're looking at today gives this skill a name, synthesis. And it's really all about making that leap from just knowing a bunch of stuff to truly understanding it.
So, what exactly is synthesis? It's super important to get this. It is not just summarizing. It's more like being a detective. You're taking all these different clues, facts, events, maybe even feelings, and weaving them together to create a brand new, bigger picture. It's about finally seeing the whole forest instead of just a bunch of individual trees.
And the source breaks this down into 3 pretty simple steps. First, you gather the important facts. What really stands out? Second, you notice the patterns or themes. Are there ideas that keep popping up? And third, and this is the most crucial part, you find the meaning. This is where you use your own brain, your own insight to connect those patterns and have that aha moment. That's really where the magic happens.
Now, theory is all well and good, but let's see how this actually works in the real world. The source gives us this great little story called the Campfire Promise to show us the way. Let's meet our main character, Elena.
So, let's track Elena's journey. On day 1, she is completely miserable. She misses her phone, she hates the bugs, she's totally wrapped up in her own discomfort. But then, on day 2, something shifts. Her focus starts to turn outward. She actually sees someone else, her lonely tent mate. Day 3 is the real breakthrough, a simple human connection over something as small as marshmallows. And all of that builds up to this big realization she has on day 4. And boom, here it is. This is her final synthesis. She gathered the facts, the annoying bugs, Lila being alone. She noticed a pattern, the feeling of disconnection versus the feeling of connection. And then she inferred a deeper meaning from it all. This one sentence is a perfect little package of that whole 3-step process in action.
Let's move to Section 4, from text to self. Because, understanding a story is just the first half of the puzzle. The real goal here is to use that story as a kind of mirror for our own lives. Let's see how we do that.
The source material prompts us to ask this key question. What really changed for Elena? When you think about it, it was her focus, right? Her perspective completely shifted from her own internal world of annoyances to the external world, and specifically to another person. Next up, we hunt for those themes. The story keeps putting 2 big ideas side by side. Isolation, whether it's from a screen or just being alone, and genuine real-life human connection. It's the screen versus the campfire. It's loneliness versus sharing marshmallows. See the pattern?
And this all leads us to the core technique from the source, what's called the text-to-self connection. It's a simple but powerful idea. You take the theme from the story, in this case, connection being more important than distraction, and you ask yourself, okay, that's great for Elena, but where does this show up in my life?
To take this reflection even deeper, the source worksheet then brings in a verse from the Bible, Ecclesiastes 12:13. It prompts the reader to think about how this verse might help them focus on what truly matters in a world that's just full of distractions.
So, you might be wondering, why this specific method? Why this structure? Well, this whole approach to reading and thinking is actually built on a very specific educational philosophy. Let's explore that in our final section.
So what's the big idea behind this whole teaching style? The source creator, HeroesMart Academy, puts it very bluntly with this thesis. Education without morality will hurt. The argument they're making is that just having knowledge, just being smart, isn't enough. It needs to be guided by a moral compass.
According to the source, this philosophy means that education should be woven directly together with biblical morality. It even points to scripture, like Romans 8:6-7, to make the case that a spiritual mindset leads to peace. Ultimately, the focus is on making smart choices, which they argue is way more important than just being intellectually smart.
And what's really fascinating is the historical context the source brings in. This whole teaching style, guiding people to find answers for themselves instead of just spoon-feeding them, it's nothing new. The source points to the ancient example of parables, which were often told without an explanation, forcing the listeners to think for themselves and discover the truth on their own.
And that right there really gets to the heart of the whole thing. The core belief driving this entire method is that the most powerful truths, the ones that really stick with you, aren't the ones you're told. They're the ones you discover. That's why the process is designed to lead you from synthesis to self-reflection. It's all about helping you find that meaning for yourself.
So this leaves us with one last big question, and it brings us right back to where we started. In a world of just endless content, with opinions and stories and facts flying at you 24/7, how are you going to choose to find what truly matters? What tools will you use to synthesize, to reflect, and to discover the meaning that's actually important to you?